Today we're doing a good old southern fried chicken recipe, y'all. And forget about the fact that I'm a white guy from Chicago and this recipe is gonna be gluten-free, because once you bite into that golden brown crispy crust slathered in honey, it's gonna transport you all the way down to the dirty, dirty South, y'all. So let's just get down to this recipe, all right? All right, for our seasoned flour mixture, I'm using 1 cup of rice flour. I find that it's one of the better gluten-free flours for getting a nice crispy golden crust. And I'm also going to use 1 cup of cornstarch. That helps the crust get so insanely crackly crispy. Now it's so important to actually season your flour mixture. This just adds an extra layer of flavor and makes for an amazing final dish. So here I have smoked paprika and dried thyme. I love the smoky, earthy paprika. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. And it's really important not to forget to add a little bit of kosher salt. Actually add a nice big old pinch, I'd say about a tablespoon, because we have 2 cups of flour in there. And then grind down some fresh peps. Okay, now I'm just going to mix up all my dry ingredients here. Now for the wet team, I have 2 cups of buttermilk, because I just love that tang of the buttermilk. Let's talk about the star ingredient here, the chicken. Now I'm using boneless, skinless thighs. Why? Because meat on the bone takes longer to cook, and I'm hungry and don't have the patience. Dark meat has so much more flavor than white meat, and when you get it without the skin, I find that the flour mixture really adheres super nice and gets so nice and crunchy. I almost forgot to season the buttermilk with a little bit of salt, and all those years of watching Bobby Flay on the Food Network would have been down the drain for nothing. I'm also going to hit it with a crack of peps. Now I'm going to take the chicken thighs and dunk a couple in the buttermilk. So now shake off the excess. That's really important, actually. And then do a nice coating of the flour mixture on here. Really push it in. Show that chicken who's boss. Some people like to buttermilk brine overnight. I ain't got time for that because I have a serious hankering, and trust me, because we're using the dark meat, you really don't need to. So the buttermilk is seasoned and so is the flour, so you know we're gonna have maximum flavor. Now, because I live for the crust, I'm gonna do a double dip. Double dip Dunkaroo. Go back into the buttermilk, both sides. Shake off the excess, and then back into the flour. Give it 1 nice coating all around. Then I'm going to show you a step that's going to guide you to fried deliciousness. Now, we actually want to leave this at room temperature for 15 to 20 minutes. That'll give the crust time to firm up and stick to the chicken. If we just throw it into the oil now, the crust is not going to be as crispy and might slide off a little bit. And ideally, you want to use 2 different hands, otherwise you end up with the dreaded club hand. All right, it's time to fry. I have some veggie oil at 375 degrees. Crust has formed, it's already crispy in my hands. Wait till we get it in the oil. Let's just drop the chicken in here. That's exactly what you want to see. I'd say these chicken thighs are gonna fry for about 7 to 11 minutes until golden brown. If you're not sure, you can always cut one in half. And I'm only gonna put 2 in the oil now, because if I overcrowd the pot, the oil temperature is gonna drop, and our chicken is gonna be soggy and disgusting, and you'll ruin it. You know I like my chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. Pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio on. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. The chicken looks golden brown and ready. And check that out. Hot crackling out of the fryer. I'm gonna put it onto a clean wire rack here. That is golden brown and delicious. And what I always love to do with food hot out of the fryer is hit it with some kosher salt. That way it can really stick to the crust. If it's cold, it's just gonna bounce off. This is the sheer definition of golden brown and delicious. And check out the skin. Can you hear this? That is insanely, earth-shatteringly crispy. Break out the honey. For some reason, honey and fried chicken just works. I don't understand it, but when it comes to that kind of deliciousness, I don't ask questions. So there it is, guys, my gluten-free fried chicken. Not bad for a white guy from Chicago, and as Ina Garten would say, how easy was that? If you want the recipe, it is below in the description box. Check it out. Let me know how you like it. Also, why don't you guys click that subscribe button, because I am rocking out recipes for all my fellow home cooks every single week. And if you want to see 2 more awesome recipes, they're right below me. Check them out. I'll see you next week, but until then, keep on cooking.